Hello creative friends, welcome to A Creative Flourishing. I'm Michelle Beller, independent demonstrator at Stampin' Up, and I am thrilled to be sharing a video tutorial with you today for the Peekaboo card. I made this card because I loved the sentiment, we are cut out to be friends, and the adorable scissors, so I fussy cut them, and I wanted to make a card that had a cutout just to kind of go with it. And this is using the Foil Frenzy Designer Series paper, and it is just so absolutely spectacular. I love it. You cannot appreciate the beauty of this paper from looking at it in the catalog. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the catalog, and here's some visuals of what projects they've made using the paper. And here is, let me get that in camera, the papers. And I saw this in the catalog, and I knew that it was foil paper because it says foil in it. And so I figured I was going to like it, and it looks pretty and festive. But seeing it in person, there's just nothing like it. So I know this isn't in person, and you're probably still not going to really be able to appreciate it to its full extent, but I can at least allow it to dance in the light. And that's kind of my favorite thing, is the way the light plays off of it, the foil, and it is so pretty. So I'm going to try and get this up close. This is the Berry Burst, the new in color, and the paper comes with 4 different patterns. So there is a stripe pattern. Let me grab the same color. A stripe pattern, a chevron pattern. Isn't that cool? And then the polka dot pattern. So this is the Berry Burst here. And so pretty. I just cannot tell you enough how pretty it is. Okay, and then here we have the Tangerine Tango. Once again in the chevron here. This is going to be so pretty. I can do some leaves and fall cards with it. It's just so cute. Let's see if you can appreciate that color. So cute. And then we have the, what is this? The Lemon Lime Twist. I keep wanting to say Lucky Limeade. I don't know why, because that color's been gone for so long. If any of you remember that color from way back when. But it's Lemon Lime Twist, which is our new in color. And so here is the pretty paper. Oh, and I don't know if I said this, but they all have a craft background. And they're only one-sided because they have the foil. So the other side, there's nothing on it. And then the last but not least is this really pretty soft sky foil paper. And I just love that color combination, the craft with the soft sky. And that is a nice little segue into the card that we're actually going to be making. So it's the same, see, this is the card I initially showed you, the Peekaboo card. And so this is the actual card that we're going to be making. Feeling Christmas in July here. I've been getting ready for my classes, so I'm all about this reindeer right now. And I just adore him. He's so cute. So it's the same principle, same type of card, just using a different stamp set and the same paper series. So look how totally different a feel you get from both those cards. So let's get started. So for today, we are going to be using Santa's Sleigh, and that's where that adorable little reindeer came from. There's so many different pieces here, such a versatile stamp set. And there's also, not all my dies are in here, they're kind of, I've been playing a lot. But it has the coordinating dies, so like you have your sleigh, and then you can cut it out using your Big Shot, so I absolutely love it. It was a carryover item, but absolutely one of my faves that is in the annual catalog. So we're going to start off with our measurements, our pieces of paper here. So we have a sheet of cardstock that has been cut down to 4 1/4 by 11, and this is in the crumb cake. And then we've got 2 pieces of the Designer Series paper in the Soft Sky, and that cute little chevron pattern, and those are cut down to 1 3/4 by 4. We do need 2 of those. And then we have 2 pieces of Whisper White that have been cut down to 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. And 1 piece of Whisper White cardstock that has been cut to 4 5 1/4. And let's move all my pieces to the side. And I'm going to grab my cutter here for a sec, because we need to go ahead and score this at 5 1/2. So I'm going to go to 5 1/2. So this is just scoring it right in half, nothing complicated there. And so for the next step, we're going to take this score line that we just created, and we're going to move it over to the 2-inch mark, and we're going to make a cut. So this is now going to be our card base. Go ahead and burnish that. And so this is going to be the top of our card. I'm going to take this other cut piece and we're going to move it over to 2. We need another 2-inch piece, and then we can save this to use something else with it later. And that is all we need the cutter for. So we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way. And let's do, I do need to do some stamping here. So let's grab our adorable reindeer here and some early espresso ink. And I have got a scrap piece of paper here. So we're just going to go ahead and ink him up, but I need my craft, my foam. And voila, that is it for our stamping. Okay, for the sake of our video, to save time, I've gone ahead and cut out our little guy with our Thinlet that coordinates with it. So cute. I've also got a scallop circle, the largest scallop in the layering circles die, as well as a stitched framelit circle, because that's going to layer right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some glue here. Layer that piece on here. Hopefully I'm line that up well enough. I'm just going to center him right in there. Let's pull in our card piece and we can start layering everything together. Okay. I'm going to start with our white piece and move that out of the way so I can see and line it up. Let's go ahead and lay that on there. And then we're going to take our designer series paper, the beautiful soft sky from the Foil Frenzy, and we're going to center that. That to the side. Take our base. Center that inside the card. Something got on top of this, but that's okay because we are going to be covering it up with the designer series paper. Got a little red mark on there. Not good. Okay, layer this right on here. And now this piece is going to go right down here. And we're going to just be gluing the top part and the bottom portion. So I'm going to grab my fast fuse. I'm going to flip my reindeer, make sure I'm at the top. Put some of that fast fuse in there. I want to center him. And open it up. And put a little fast fuse down bottom. And now here's the important part. We want to make sure that this is lined up with the card base. So you just want to straighten that out. And then we're going to go ahead and close that. Just glue it down. And that's really what there is to it. And I've also pre-cut my label out. And unlike the original, I think I want to use my foam adhesive strips. And pop it up. And I just figured this would be good because it is a nice narrow piece. What also would be good is the mini stamping dimensionals that we just came out with, but I'm all out of those, so not going to work for me. And just take off that top layer. Put it in here. Pop that right there. Do it straight. Sometimes it's hard to tell because I can't really see a straight line. And I'm gonna grab my metallic enamel. Whoa, so sorry. Whoops. My metallic enamel dots, and I am gonna throw a couple of stars on here just to give it a little added flair. And one more down here. Straighten that out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to bring in our last piece. I've got a tiny little bow that I made using the Whisper White twine, and I'm just going to grab a mini glue dot. I'm just going to pick up a little tiny dot and put it right there for his collar. And that's so cute. Now, we wouldn't be complete without stamping something on the inside. And I'm just going to eyeball right about where this is going to be. Make sure I've got this the right way. I'm stamping it in the soft sky. I forgot my mat, so hopefully, there we go. Hope your season brings one good thing on top of another. And then there's a little space here that you could sign. You could always put another piece of paper on the back if you wanted to. But I think that's good for signing it. And then I'm going to just add one more stamp. The handmade heartfelt stamp. And I'm going to do it, let's use my small block here. This is from the Better Than email. This is, it follows the Angel copyright requirements, like if you wanted to make cards to sell. But I just like to add this onto the back of my cards, and whoopsie, this is because I didn't, that little foam mat really does make a big difference. And then I just like to do my initials. In case anyone was wondering. And that is it. Does not take long to do. You could do several of these. You could even do this as a Christmas card and have the family picture in here. That would be super cute. Okay, so just want to bring in the other cards I had made, just so you can get one more look at them. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you did like the video, please do press the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, so that whenever I post, you will be updated. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope that you find some time to explore your own creativity. Bye-bye.